We welcome you to a very special edition of WMKV Cares and our Behind the Music series, as today we look at the World Piano Competition in Cincinnati this month, the month of July of 2013. We welcome a very special guest, his first time ever here on WMKV, I believe, CCM Professor of Piano and Artist in Residence, Awadagin Pratt. Awadagin, thank you so much for spending some time here with us on WMKV.
My pleasure. Looking forward to the chat, George.
Can you tell us what the reimagined World Piano Competition is and give us maybe a little history? I know it goes back to the 1950s.
Yes, it does. And it was started by Gloria Ackerman, and they had a program for young kids through adults, and then eventually she changed it into the World Piano Competition. And it's one of the things where there are probably more competitions internationally than there are days of the year. We just finished the Van Cliburn in Texas, Cleveland, international competitions coming up, and we've had this competition here that, as the years went on, lost a little bit of its luster, shall we say. And so what we've done this year is really focused on starting off with a great panel of judges, which is one of the things that contestants look for, is who's going to be evaluating me. It's often said that competitions are as good as the judges, and I think anyone who watches, figure skating at the Olympics can figure that out.
Yes, yes.
So, and then we went after really recruiting from around the world a great roster of contestants. There's a really prestigious website run out of Holland called the Alink Argerich for the really famous concert pianist Marta Argerich, and Gustav Alink started this site that lists all the competitions in the world, and a World Piano Competition wasn't on that site. So we got on that site and got the attention of more international attention, more attention from competitors around the world. And so we have winners of competitions already who are coming to Cincinnati to compete. So it's really, really wonderful and exciting.
And we're talking about the World Piano Competition here in Cincinnati. Now, it has been in Cincinnati for decades. It's getting a new light shown upon it because it is the reimagined World Piano Competition. We just had the World Choir Games last year, and Cincinnati again steps to the forefront for the World Piano Competition. The Cincinnati Symphony Orchestra and the UC College Conservatory of Music, real feather in the cap for them as well.
The main thing that is new is the partnership, as you mentioned, with the Cincinnati Symphony and CCM. And so previously, I think the events happened at Aronoff, and there just wasn't a great synergy in the community around it the way that there is now. With the Cincinnati Symphony on board is another thing that attracted these great competitors, because if they make it to the finals, not only do they have a chance at winning the grand prize, but they have the opportunity already right then to play with the Cincinnati Symphony, which is something that very few competitions have orchestras of our caliber playing in the final. So that's one thing. And then to have everything at CCM is incredible facilities, pianos. So there's a real team of people, that have been working on this, trying to bring it back to its former glory.
One of the additional prizes is also a recording session at CCM and a CD, as I understand, to be put out on the CSO Fanfare label.
Now, that's a thing that is brand new this year as well. I remember when I won the Naumburg competition, which is in New York, some 20-odd years ago, the prize was similar. It was a New York recital and a recording. And so it needs a lot. I mean, there's some people, again, the world has changed so much since then, where people can post on YouTube and they can basically make their own CDs. But to be able to have a CD come out with the imprimatur of the Cincinnati Symphony Orchestra and their record label and the distribution system will mean a tremendous amount for any winner.
If you're just joining us here on WMKV Cares, we're speaking with Awadagin Pratt. He is the CCM Professor of Piano and Artist in Residence, and we're talking about the World Piano Competition here in Cincinnati. The competition opens in the Artist Division July 8th for the first round, so it's right around the corner. The finals happening on July 13th. We'll be talking about how to get tickets, but you can find out any information about this at cincinnatiwpc.org or by calling 513-381-3300. Mr. Pratt, how does this competition work? We think of everything from NCAA brackets and things like that. How does the competition work, and who are the judges involved here?
I like that NCAA brackets idea. It's something I hadn't thought about, putting two people head to head, and sort of going through the draw like Wimbledon or something.
Yes, the Ferrari and Teicher division.
Divided into continents. That'd be great. This one works. Everybody comes together. We're going to have a party on July 7th where names are drawn out of a hat and numbers drawn out of a hat for the order of performance. And 24 competitors will play over the first 2 days. Everybody will play for about 40 minutes, and the 5 judges will sit and basically after that period determine on Tuesday night the 6 people that will advance to the semifinals. And so that scoring is done privately. There won't be anybody flashing up the numbers 10 and so forth, like after ice skating or anything, but there'll be hopefully not deliberations, just affirmative or negative votes for individuals passing on to the next round. The semifinals, happen on Wednesday and Thursday. Each competitor plays for an hour. The stakes get a little bit higher there because everybody can sort of smell the finish line. And so the judges will choose from those 3 to go on to the finals.
Can people actually attend these performances? Are there certain areas of this that are closed and certain that are open to the public?
No, the entire event is open to the public. The schedule, I believe, is on the website, CincinnatiWPC.org. The first 2 days are actually kind of exciting. I liken it to going to a tennis tournament at the beginning of the week. If you go to the Western and Southern, at the very beginning of the week, you get to see everybody play. The matches might not all be the best. There might be some blowouts, but on all the courts, everybody that is playing. Whereas if you only go to the semifinals or finals, you either see the last 4 or the last 2. And so there are 3 sessions a day. There's a morning, afternoon, and evening session on those first 2 days. The next 2 days, Wednesday and Thursday, are just evening sessions. So you can go right after work. I think we start at 6:30. And then the finals are on, Saturday night, 7:30.
July 18th is the first round. The semis are July 10th and 11th, and the finals are July 13th. Are there ways to get tickets, almost like going back to our NCAA thing, where you can buy tickets for the whole session or for the tennis tournaments? Are there ways to get tickets for multiple sessions, like maybe the first round in the semis?
I see that there's a 1-day pass, and you could get as many of those as you want. But I see there are also multi-day passes for the days of the 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th, which are the preliminaries and semifinals. So that's quite a bargain for anybody. I'd look at it on the website. It's actually very clear for anyone who's interested in tickets how to get them and how much they are. The performances are held at the Corbett Theater at CCM, really our premier concert hall there at CCM. And there are about 2 rows that are reserved for the judges, where you can't sit, but otherwise, you can sit anywhere you like in the hall. I know a lot of people like to see the hands of the pianists flying around the keyboard, and that'll be available for anybody.